I feel my heart, oh, I feel real love deep inside. Oh, love, natural, I can't believe how you do to me. You make me feel, oh, how you say, feel so special. Oh, love, natural, I can't believe how you to me. You make me feel, oh, how you say, feel so special.
Welcome everyone to another episode of Football Armchair Experts, where we pretend to know everything, but actually we know nothing. This will be our preview for the round of 16. Here with us today are Liverpool fan Imran, Chelsea fan Robin, Portugal fan Manjun, and I myself, Mark, I'm an Italy fan. We can go in terms of earliest to latest. So we're going to start with the first game coming up on Sunday midnight Singapore time. Wales face Denmark. This is basically Imran's dark horse team against my dark horse team. So one of us will be disappointed. Although I would have to say that all four of us, our dark horses, are all still alive in the tournament. So, good job everyone on more or less nailing a dark horse prediction. In terms of Wales, Imran, if I'm not wrong, you did get this exact fixture in your predictions and you predicted Wales to go through. You're more than welcome to change your mind.
I'm not lah. The fact that they come this far is already quite okay. I wouldn't say impressive. They just have to be second in the group, which is not a very difficult group, right? But I feel like they are quite on par with Denmark in terms of like the talents and everything. I think it's really a 50-50 game lah. If anyone would be happy that like both squads were advanced, like either squads advanced, nobody will really care. It's like, oh, okay, it's like a good story, right? To reach the quarterfinals, whether you are Wales or Denmark. But of course, maybe Denmark has a bit more support now because of like the Christian Eriksen thing. But whatever, like at the end of the day, football is still football, you know. Disregard all this like external influences and I look at the football itself. I really don't know how this is gonna go lah. So I guess there's no harm in sticking with Wales. So I'll go for 2-1 Wales.
Okay, I guess maybe we probably have to say this upfront. You don't have to, if you feel like it will go to penalties, you're more than welcome to say win on penalties or go to extra time or so. I mean, after all, we are not going to give points for this, so you can be as creative as you want with your predictions. I guess I can go next in terms of this. How many games of Wales did I watch? I watched them draw against Switzerland. They didn't deserve to draw against Switzerland. They deserved to lose actually. Switzerland were the better team. Against Italy, against the second team of Italy, a bit hard to take anything away from that. But I think overall, not overly impressed with Wales. That's why I was a little bit frustrated when I did see Wales finish second in the group. But Turkey were overall so disappointing. But I think in terms of this, Denmark were very impressive against Russia, although it is Russia. I guess you can say sometimes, when the narrative is with you, potentially, they feel now this could be a tournament they can make an impact in. They're on the easier side of the half. So I think, Denmark could potentially not just make the quarters, maybe even go even one step further than that. But maybe Wales can score one. I'm going to go 3-1 Denmark.
I'll just go for Denmark because I think they got more momentum in their performances going into this fixture. Wales, very, very uninspiring. Like, they are reliant on just a few key players, but the famous ones that we know, Dan James, Aaron Ramsey, Gareth Bale, my God. He has not fulfilled any of his potential yet.
Missed a penalty also.
All right, yeah. And then he got a good chance, one volley that he just totally mishit. So yeah, Wales not very inspiring at all. I don't see them winning Denmark, who has been improving. I think their pressing is impressive. Just unfortunate not to get the result against Belgium. I think, like I said in the previous review of the group stage. So I think Denmark should win this relatively comfortably, I feel. Probably 2-0 to Denmark.
I think Wales, for them, it really depends on their 1-2 punch. That they're very, very reliant on the Ramsey and Bale connection after watching their games. Yeah, I feel Denmark's team more balanced in terms of defense, and I think their attacking trio so much more talented than what Wales can offer. But then again, I have a sneaky suspicion that this game might go to penalties. Yeah, so I'm going to go for 1-1. Then Denmark can win how many they want in the penalties.
Okay, yeah. In terms of penalties, we don't have to be so exact and say how many on penalties, just say who wins on penalties. I guess that will be our first penalty shootout of the tournament. Italy will travel to London to take on Austria, who finished second in Group C. Both these sides come out of relatively easier groups. I guess maybe some people would say this is a continuation of Italy's straightforward tournament. We can start with Manjun because he's a well-known detractor of Austria.
Well known by who?
By us, at least.
I mean, Austria is one of those teams. I look at their team, is so uninspiring. The way they play is so uninspiring. I feel Italy should have an easy route to the next round, since they are facing Austria. I mean, I had some hope in Austria in terms of their attacking talents. Marcel Sabitzer, their striker, Sasa Klajic, whoever he is, all fail to show up. I feel. I don't think Austria can even score, to be honest. I will go for. Okay, I'll stick to it lah. Yeah, Italy's good form. 3-0 Italy.
I guess I can go next. In terms of you can see our conspiracy theory that we came up on how Ukraine avoided this tie in our previous group stage review. Of course, it meant that Austria beat Ukraine to face Italy in this round. Yeah, very uninspiring Austria so far. Italy, of course, quite impressive the way that they put away smaller sides in Switzerland and Turkey. I'm going to go maybe not 3-0. I'm going to go 2-0 here. There are some of the Italian players that are stepping up. Locatelli in midfield now making himself basically undroppable. Of course, Pessina also scored in the Italian B match against Wales. So he's also making a run for potentially starting. Of course, always good to have a number 9 that has already got off the mark. So I think he probably will add to his tally here.
I mean, that just shows the strength and depth. Or if you can afford to bench Verratti, it's like, what the hell, man? He'll get into almost any other squads in the tournament, I feel, other than maybe the French one. So I think this is a straightforward game. Austria were uninspiring, but then again, who else thought otherwise? So
yeah, I guess not surprising there.
Yeah, I look at their score, it's a bit like, okay, like there's nothing much going on there. It's like, okay, like well done, you made it to the round of 16, but I think this is just gonna be another game. And Italy will brush them aside lah. I think I'm gonna go for 3-0 also.
I think you guys have said enough. I'll just go straight to my score. I think Italy will win comfortably 2-0.
Okay, so it's just a matter of how many Italy will get. Next up, I think this one interesting to hear, given one person actually gave his dark horse tip as the Czech Republic. They face Netherlands, who did pretty well in the groups. They actually topped their Group C. Czech Republic, some people, I think for Manjun, he actually put Czech Republic bottom of Group D. So, sort of proving him wrong here. Of course, Robin's now favorite player of the tournament, Patrik Schick, has 3 goals to his name already. Can he add to that against the Netherlands?
I would like to think so, yes. But Netherlands have been very impressive, but offensively. Defensively haven't been posed enough of a concern by their group stage opponents. So this will be a very interesting tie. Czech Republic somehow quite resilient. I think I'm quite worried that Czech may not go through, but I did predict that they would. Because I was very impressed with Netherlands attacking. They are very progressive. They rarely take the pass back. They are more willing to take risks playing passes forward, which could easily be countered by teams. So I'm hoping Czech Republic would put an end to Netherlands' run here. So I will go for my Czech Republic to progress as per my original predictions. But I will go for a very lame, tight 1-0 for Czech Republic.
Okay. In terms of Manjun actually did point out that one of Czech Republic's players, I think their left back, Jan Boril, looks like Vladimir Putin. So unfortunately, he'll be suspended against the Netherlands. So he will not be playing.
He was my X Factor. No, I don't know who the hell is he. To me, it's the dilemma of my slanders. Because I slander Frank de Boer and I slander Patrik Schick. So I had to pick up somebody has to step up. I will go with Robin for this. I think Frank de Boer will find. I'm gonna bang on it. I'm gonna bang that he's gonna find a way to screw up this game. I don't know how.
You just hate de Boer.
I think it might go to extra time. I'm not very sure. I go for 2-1 Czech win.
Actually, I'm going to match you also. Surprisingly, that means at least 3 of us are going for a Czech Republic win. I'm going to go Czech Republic to win in extra time also, 2-1.
Surprised! What the hell? I'm very surprised.
Yeah, I don't know why you guys so confident. I think Netherlands also brushed aside the smaller teams quite easily in the group stage. And I think this will be I think this will be no different. Because I mean no one can deny Czech Republic are a small team and they are lucky to make it this far. So I think that's the end of the journey for them. I think it'll be quite a straightforward 3-1 for Netherlands.
Well,
I mean, they'll be scoring a lot of goals. Why nobody want to predict that they're going to score more goals?
Have you heard the Frank de Boer effect?
I think
like
okay.
Czech defense better than whatever rest they
No,
faced
actually,
in
you are
this.
right. I think the Czechs actually defended pretty well. Even against England,
Yeah.
also they were not too bad. They stayed more or less
England
in the
trash
game.
lah. What the hell?
Well, yes, you can say that also. Of course, when they have to go forward to win the game, against Scotland, they did that. And of course, Patrik Schick is in good form. You always need number 9 in good form. Netherlands goals from everywhere. Of course, Gini Wijnaldum is a main source of their goals, but somehow looks quite vulnerable. Even though their back three looks on paper quite solid, but they did concede twice against Ukraine, so they do have that kind of streak in them where they go missing or they're vulnerable for phases of the game. So I guess that's the reason for my prediction for the Czechs. Next up is a big clash. I think because a lot of the media is focusing on England getting a tough draw. I think this is a tough draw for Belgium, even though they topped the group. They topped the group and now face third place in Group F, Portugal. Manjun did say before in our predictions video that Portugal will probably have to luck out a few times in order to reach the final. This is probably one of the times. Belgium pretty impressive in the group stage. So how do you rate Portugal's chances against Belgium?
I saw the draw right against Belgium. My boss shrink a bit lah, and I knew we were screwed. So, so I hope Fernando Santos he takes he learned something from the France game that he shouldn't start Danilo and freaking William Carvalho as two central holding midfielders in the same team, because he made me watch the game to the verge of tears watching both of them are able to pass the ball and advance the fucking ball. So hopefully he doesn't do that. If he does that, it's game over from the first minute, guarantee. So he can get away with Hungary, because maybe Hungary they can't score for shits, but not against a Belgian team, because I expect them to put their full squad on against Portugal. But then again, I'm gonna ask my friend Cristiano Ronaldo to hard carry again a bit for this. Hopefully he gets another penalty or two. Go for a 2-1 Portugal win in regulation.
This is the first time you're going to go in 90 minutes. There were actually other people who were also referencing the video that you were talking about, where there was this Portuguese guy who was randomly calling Portuguese players by like short forms or something like Rafael Gert or all that kind of thing.
Yes, it's on TikTok.
So I guess anyone who wants to learn Portuguese, you have to know it's a little bit of a weird language. In terms of England, Belgium, you did back Romelu Lukaku to be top scorer here. So obviously, well, if you want to double down your predictions, that will mean that Belgium have to continue advancing in order for Lukaku to rack up the goals.
Yeah, and I don't think there's any reason for me to change my predictions, because Belgium they topped the group, but they're doing quite okay. And then you compare it to Portugal, who's been a bit up and down, right? And I don't know, Portugal just doesn't. Okay, on one hand they don't seem convincing, but on the other, that's how they won the previous Euros also. So you cannot say that it's a disappointment, because their style is just not the swashbuckling type where you score a lot of goals. So, and I expect them to play defensive against Belgium, because that's what worked for them, and they managed to get past their group of death. So, and against Belgium, which is another heavyweight with a lot of attacking talent, right? I don't see why they will do otherwise. And in terms of attacking talent, I think some of them are a bit overrated. I was telling you how yesterday the game against France, right? I see Bernardo Silva is a bit he dribbles the ball, right? But he no foresight on, and he dribble one round and he come back to midfield. He just go down the flank and run one round and come back to midfield. Then no penetration at all. Portugal just doesn't seem convincing enough. Whereas compared to Belgium, their X factor players are all on fire. You have De Bruyne and you have Lukaku. That's enough to beat any other squad already. So I'm just gonna stick to Belgium winning. I think it'll be 2-1.
Yeah, I think the key battle here is midfield for sure. If Portugal does play the two sitting defenders, I think they'll probably lose, unless they can shut down De Bruyne, who is undoubtedly the key. But if Belgium plays Dries Mertens again, right? Wow, they're probably not going to score, because I think he did nothing in the first two games. Very frustrating to watch. I think this will go to extra time. And overall quality-wise, I still have to back Belgium to win 1-0.
Interesting. I think this will go to extra time also. I think Portugal will definitely have their chances. There will be chances on the break also. Cristiano Ronaldo will probably enjoy playing against an older back three at Belgium. I think they can be got at. Denmark did start very well against Belgium and did sort of threaten to run away with the game at the start also. I don't know. Will Portugal be able to shithouse this?
Good
Shithouse
chance.
is
No,
the
you're
name
right.
of the game, man.
You're right that Belgium's defense is quite shit, potentially quite bad.
But I think not quite yet. I think Belgium will advance. I think, golden generation surely demand. And De Bruyne is actually performing quite well this tournament right off the start, even though he's just come back from injury. So, and of course, Lukaku firing.
But then
Like I
again,
said,
this is also Portugal's golden generation, if you put it like
no,
that.
they still have a
Half
few
golden,
chances
half
left in them.
twilight.
Correct, yeah. And they still have Pepe at
Will
centre
they
back
be
as well.
golden anymore if Ronaldo is not playing? That's the
Yeah,
thing.
I mean, sure. Yeah,
André
currently,
Silva is not part of their golden generation. Let me tell you.
I mean, currently they have a lot of issues trying to fit in everyone into their team. Bruno Fernandes didn't start, or like you said, Bruno Fernandes didn't start against France. So, there is a little bit of like, they're not quite sure how to be able to fit all the pieces in. I think sort of you come in so sure of your starting 11 and you start to tinker with it. Not good signs. I think possible that Renat Sanch. Now I'm going full in on your Portuguese pronunciations.
Okay, flame.
Will be a good option to have, possibly marking De Bruyne. But I think I'm going to go Belgium to win in extra time, 2-1. Next up, it's Croatia against Spain. Two sides, I guess you can say, in transition.
I think this game is just gonna, it's like a battle of two once heavyweights. It's like it used to be good, then now they're just not good anymore. It's just which side gonna suck more. I think for Croatia's case, it's very easy if they play like how they did in the last game of the group stage with like Luka Modric doing what he did, then they will beat Spain. And then for Spain, I feel like they don't have like that X factor anymore that allowed them to beat teams in the past. It's like now, sure, they can get possession, they can pass the ball around, but if you have to rely on Morata to get you the winner, you're not gonna get it lah.
Morata to miss another penalty or not?
No lah. I think that would be too much. Really 2 penalties missed. But I would like to see Spain go through because I feel like they have a lot more to offer. Croatia, it's a bit it's like a bit aging. They're coming out from their own golden generation also. So shit. But okay, but I think they're gonna beat Spain 1-0.
Wow, okay, that sudden turnaround.
That took a turn.
Yeah, but I'm really backing on Modric to be on fire for this.
Okay, at least they do have some sort of X factor going, even though it's quite old already.
I think this game could potentially be quite boring. It'll be very tactical, as they would say. A lot of passing, not a lot of clear-cut chances. And probably one goal will decide it. And on that balance of things, I think I'll favor Spain for this one.
Who's gonna score with Morata?
No, probably like someone else like Moreno or something. I want to see him do well. I kind of like Gerard Moreno. But Morata's build-up play okay, but his finishing is crap so far. He's very enthusiastic and all, but very disappointing in his penalty kick. So bad.
Sounds like someone who has been trying to big up Timo Werner's contributions over the entire season. Now you're doing the same for Morata.
I had Morata once too, okay?
I guess experience on that front already.
In terms of X factors, I think Spain do have X factor, and it's the guy and it's Adama Traore lah. I feel they have been pushing down his minutes. He only has 12 minutes in his whole tournament.
He play right back or something.
Yeah, so what the fuck? You put him in the fucking put him in the front three and see what he can do against this sort of aging, not really aging Croatia team. The thing about Croatia, I think they're really missing like a true number 9 lah in Mario Mandzukic. Like Ante Rebic, I don't think he's up for it to be a number 9. And Bruno Pekovic is always there, but he always does nothing. And he's big and strong and hold the ball very well. That's all he does. I feel Spain, they might be able to go through because I feel they have more players that can make a difference. Not saying Croatia doesn't have, but I believe in Spain a bit more. And I believe if you put Adama Traore, find a way to fit him into your game plan, like before the 70th minute, I think you'll go through. So I'm going for I firstly suspicion this will be a high scoring game lah. I'm going for a 3-2
Really?
Spain win. Yeah.
Wow.
Okay. I think given Spain's penalty record, right, I think they've missed their last 4 or last 5 pretty bad. Not just Morata missing penalties. You know what? I don't think Spain really deserve to advance past this. Croatia do have a little bit more X factor. So I think the only way Croatia gonna beat Spain is by penalties. 1-1 after extra time, Croatia to move through. France probably, great reward for finishing top of the group of death. They face a Switzerland side that a lot of people feel like, okay, I guess they make up the numbers in the round of 16. I guess you can start with Manjun here. How much will France win by?
Oh, that's who will win and why is it France? Okay, let me see. I think it'll be an easy win for France. I don't think Seferovic's huge forehead and Shaqiri's huge calves can carry them anymore. So I'm going to go for a convincing 3-1 win for France. Swiss
so
will
will
get
will
a
it be
goal somehow.
Seferovic or will it be Shaqiri?
I think it'll be an own goal.
Okay. That's true. Many own goals this tournament.
Yeah, I think no chance for Switzerland at all, despite Shaqiri's heroics for his country. France 2-0.
Okay, I'm going to match that. I'm going to go France 2-0 also. Yeah, obviously, Switzerland, I guess, sort of solid at the back, organized, but I think definitely lacking in quality up front. Inwan?
Oh, I also wanted, okay, whatever. I also wanted to go 2-0, so I'm just going to stick with it. Cause
Sure, why not?
yeah, the thing about France, I don't think they go very crazy with the scoreline usually. It's like more of, I think they play quite controlled and like quite professionally. They know when a job is done, they don't overreach and all that. Unless it's like those like very big game and you expected to go all out. So I think they will like reserve some of their strength, like, and manage to still beat Switzerland easily. So yeah, 2-0 also.
Okay, so this is probably the biggest match of the round of 16.
Sweden, Ukraine. Let's go.
Okay, sure, why not? Let's do Sweden, Ukraine first.
Build the hype.
So Manjun's nominee for manager of the tournament, Andriy Shevchenko, finally got his, I guess it's our conspiracy theory that, he wanted this fixture purposely through the game against Austria. Now he's got Sweden, who top Group E. Easy draw here, potentially Ukraine giving themselves a good chance. Sweden, sort of, Emil Forsberg has come to the party, he's got 3 goals, but, still no goals for Isak or Kulusevski. So I bet you will say Ukraine will beat Sweden.
I have no choice. I put my money in this already. Okay, I wouldn't expect it, but I predict that Ukraine would sneak past Sweden. I feel Sweden got more quality up front, but sneaky suspicion, Ukraine just find a way. They'll just like be defensive the whole game. Just find a way there. I'm gonna go for extra time win for Ukraine. They're gonna be 0-0 at regulation. It could be 1-0 at extra time.
Okay, so the other question is, will you watch it?
Let's look at the time.
3 a.m.
3 a.m. I think.
3 a.m. There's no way in hell I'm gonna watch it.
Empty camera.
Maybe I will stay up until like 4:45 to see whether I can go extra time or not. Other than that.
That's true, because extra time.
I'll set alarm at 5 a.m. in case it goes to extra time. Yeah.
Okay, then they need your extra impetus to score. Okay, let's go with Robin next on this.
Yeah, these two are the worst teams to watch. Sweden, I do kind of like Isak and Forsberg. Ukraine, I like nobody, but somehow I
Let's
feel
be
like
harsh. But okay.
Ex-Chelsea player Shevchenko, how come?
I only like the manager. I only like the manager. Dresses well. But
although that's true. Yeah, I did notice that also, which is
the most
weird thing to
good-looking
notice.
manager in this tournament by far. That's saying.
yeah,
How does he dress? What the hell?
he puts effort.
Because he knows he's winning. That's why.
I think this will be a very boring game. It will last till 0-0 all the way, extra time. So this will be decided on penalties, and Ukraine will win, like 5-4, something like that.
Okay, getting very specific with the penalties also. Okay, Imran, will you go slightly different for this?
Yeah, I'll go for 1-0 Sweden win. Cause I feel like Sweden squad is a bit more solid. You have a bit more of the X factor with Isak, which I think is like maybe one of the breakout stars of this tournament. Yeah, plus I don't know, soft spot for Sweden.
I'm agreeing a lot with Manjun and Robin this episode. I'm going to go and make it 3 people going for Ukraine win. I think Ukraine, I do see some potential even when they play against the Netherlands. I mean, they were shit against Austria. But yeah, I mean, they do have goals in them. Yarmolenko and Yaremchuk both have scored 2 goals already. So, when I teased Manjun in our predictions, like who is going to score for Ukraine, apparently these two, Malinovsky of course missed a penalty also. So I guess they do create chances. Sweden, yes, you can say Isak has been quite good, but he has yet to score this tournament. So I'm not quite sure if you can jump to say that he's a breakout star. Ukraine to win on penalties after a 0-0 regulation time.
Oh,
That's
We're all staying up
right.
for this. Okay.
That's the way. Yeah, stay up.
Okay, I think we've held this off. We were supposed to talk about this, then we held this off for Manjun's favorite
For the
game.
bigger
So
game,
England versus Germany at Wembley.
coming
We
home.
finally reached that point. Will England beat Germany? We can start with Robin first because I think he's probably the most pro England out of all of us.
It's coming
let's get
home,
that out of the way.
boys. Okay, I think Southgate should play 3-4-3 after watching Hungary copied, mirrored Germany and got decent success. But I have a feeling Southgate will be stubbornly sticking to his 4-3-3 with two sitting defenders. So that one gives Germany more hope to win, and that worries me. But I have to go with England because that's what I predicted also.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I predicted they'll go to semis and then get disappointed there. So I'll
By
still
a
stick with
certain
England.
Eastern European country, but okay.
I'll still stick with England, but it'll be a very tough game. Not many goals because Southgate. This will be decided on extra time. Probably a 2-1 England win, extra time.
Oh, okay. So would you make any changes in terms of personnel for, like, say he still sticks with the two defensive midfielders? Will you change any, like, will you still stick with Saka, with Grealish?
I'll play 3-4-3. I think that's the way to make his two defensive mids work.
Okay.
Then fullbacks, just play the Chelsea boys because they are used to the formation.
Okay, I knew it. This is going to be some sort of like pro Chelsea.
No, you can. I mean, because they are used to the 3-4-3. But I think Chilwell is a doubt because he couldn't train and all that. So probably Luke Shaw. The annoying thing is that he instructs his fullback to stay back. They don't join the attack. So that's very wasted opportunities. I think Saka played very well. So I don't know if we should continue to include him. Grealish, I think, only did well in the first half. Second half, he kind of faded away. So he is just all hype so far. Although he does have potential. I think he works better as a sub. I would recommend changing Harry Kane, but that will never happen. Right?
Surprising.
And he will never play Calvert-Lewin. He always subs on Rashford, which annoys me a lot. Because if he picks players on form, Rashford is the last player to be in the squad.
In terms of maybe pro club bias, would you say put in Jordan Henderson then?
I feel like if he's fit, he will start there. And
He
honestly,
should play instead of the Phillips guy. Yeah.
I think Phillips, after the first game, he a bit like gone ready for the next few games, right? So if anything, I think Henderson's not a bad shout for starting if he's fit lah. I still don't really know that yet. It's a bit like Maguire, like if he's fit, he starts. If not, there's no point bringing them. They're like so old already. Bring them for what? If you're not gonna play them. Actually, England maybe surprisingly they still have more to offer because the fact that they scraped through their group stage, right, with like 2 goals only, and with Harry Kane like being the worst performer on the team, shows that if he's on form for the next game, then they're gonna do well. But I also don't think that Saka will start based on just that one performance. But I also don't want Phil Foden to start there.
Phil Foden.
Why not? Why not? He's not bad.
I don't know. Like I don't feel like he does enough to warrant anything. Like you compare it to like Saka, that one game where people are hyping them up, and then you compare it to like the other games that England play where they also scored 1 goal only, and he also like I don't know whether they do a lot. I feel like they should.
Okay lah.
Yeah, but the thing is, Gareth Southgate is never gonna start Jadon Sancho lah. So in terms of Germany, it's like they also don't really have a recognized goal scorer, right? Sort of. It's a bit like the Spain situation. You have to like Timo Werner not even starting the game. Some games.
Yeah, I mean currently Jogi Löw is playing a narrow front three, so Kai Havertz, Thomas Muller, and Serge Gnabry in a sort of rotating narrow front three. So it's a bit different from some 3-4-3s they are playing. I also don't really know what to make of it. It did do very well against the Portugal side that were so open at the back. I guess you can say England, obviously for all their troubles in the group, they did keep 3 clean sheets. I don't know if they play defensive, I can see England potentially getting a result here, but I don't know, not with much confidence.
Both sides not very inspiring, but like still got potential to shine.
It's who can out-defend.
Potentially this could open because this is on the easier side of the draw. Whoever advances from this could have a straight run to the final. So it is quite a big game.
I think I'm gonna go for Germany win 1-0, and after that Gareth Southgate get fired. Okay, that's it.
Okay, that's a bonus prediction, I guess. You know what? I think somehow, right? Even if Germany were to knock England out, I have a feeling they won't sack Gareth Southgate because World Cup next year they'll still stick with it. But I think obviously, Manju and I are both a little bit leaning on the anti-England side. So I think it's a good thing that he still stick around for 2022. Same trash come out again. Surely Germany, with having seen the life of their tournament flash before their eyes, they must be inspired to do something here. You know what? I think it will still be tight though. I think both sides will score 1-1. I'm going to go Germany to win on penalties.
Wow, the classic Germany-England penalty again.
I hope Harry Kane doesn't use his game to like break his duck or something and get like a hat trick or something like that. Don't want England to go through, that's the thing.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm gonna bang that the inspired Germany will come out, hopefully, because if they don't come out, looking at the subs they can bring on, I don't think players like Kevin Volland and Timo Werner very inspiring.
Although I would say yesterday when they brought the subs on, it did make a difference though.
I think it's just Goretzka.
Goretzka did make a difference. Yeah, I think even Timo Werner's runs were also quite good also.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean, Corella, he didn't score anything, and then now I'm sounding like a Chelsea fan, like being apologist for Timo Werner. But he definitely did more than Leroy Sané the entire game, who was quite frustrating.
Sané was so bad. Yeah, Sané was really...
But then again, I'm gonna go for a high scoring game. I think we'll end 2-2 in regulation. Then Germany will win on penalties.
Okay, so basically two people
May
going
the
on
curse
penalties.
continue for England. Yeah.
You're very optimistic in goals. Knockout rounds, notoriously less goals.
Although you never know. I think this tournament so far I don't think there are a lot of 0-0s other than England's group. But
plus it's England, Germany.
Actually, looking at the people in front of me, other than Spain and Sweden was 0-0, but there were no other 0-0s in the group stage. So pretty good, attacking football all round. Even the smaller teams also came out to attack even North Macedonia.
They need Pandev to have a nice farewell, man.
Yeah, that's true.
To be honest, the goals they score damn lucky, I just want to say. One is a penalty, the other one is some Kelong goal.
Yeah.
So
the most Kelong goal is the freaking Slovakia one, the keeper go hit the ball in or something.
Oh
my
shit.
god, yeah, he played volleyball.
And guess which team he plays for?
Not for my team anymore. But
Yeah, Newcastle, right?
Okay. The thing about Dubravka is he makes saves, but he also comes with the errors. So you have to pick your poison, you know what I mean?
Get Dubravka out. There's a better backup keeper.
For Slovakia.
Yeah, Marek Rodak.
Who is he?
He's the Fulham backup keeper. I just want to say the dark horse Wales to Denmark. Then the next round will be another dark horse, like check against some other team. One of the dark horses.
I can't remember the bracket really.
Yeah, so you all three can play against each other. Then my Ukraine
that's true,
make
the final lah. So we'll meet you on the other side.
Then my Ukraine had to face Germany or screw it. But okay.
We'll meet in semis.
So all on the same half of the draw.
It's all on the same half. Just so happens.
Oh.
So maybe the best thing can happen is one of your lucky teams can play against my team in the semis.
I mean, honestly, out of the dark horses we have, the only one that people will watch is Denmark lah.
Yeah, I think so. Maybe Czech Czech also better.
Maybe
better. Anybody but Ukraine, to be honest. After what yeah.
The confidence now starting to drop already.
Thank God William Caballero not starting up. Hopefully not. Oh my God, that guy. Let me tell you, the shit.
The Danilo also not very good. The Pereira, whatever.
I got punished by Lloris. Rolling on the floor. I thought he's spasming, but no.
Who got punched by Lloris?
Danilo.
Danilo got punched.
Get the ball out there. Oh my God.
And some people are saying potential Oscar nominee for his acting.
Yeah.
See his eyes, they messed up.
Yeah, I thought he concussions. I thought he's spasming. But no, he just rolling on the floor. Then he look at the referee. He continues rolling.
I have to give him credit for fully committing to the part. That's a method acting for you.
After that, still need the ice bag on the face. like UFC fight.
Hopefully, you will enjoy the round of 16, 8 matches over the next coming week. Obviously, from all of us here at Football Armchair Experts, if you want to continue supporting our channel, please, of course, like and subscribe. And as always, even though we know nothing, hopefully today you've learned something. We'll see you again in the quarterfinals. Bye-bye.
Bye. You also can donate to our Patreon once you set it up.
You can set up for us. I don't know how to set up.